What if I told you you could lose a significant amount of weight without having to break your back at the gym? My name's Manik. Welcome to Fast Track to Fitness. I've lost 63 pounds in 6 months. I'm gonna go over exactly how I did that in a 3-part stage of this video. You want to stay tuned because by the end you're gonna have a concrete plan on how you can probably lose 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds by the end of this summer. Disclaimer, I am not a health practitioner. I am not anybody that's medically licensed. I'm just a new dad that decided that it was over. I needed to change my life, get pumped up, get back into the gym, stop feeling sorry for myself, and really take over my own life and get to that next step. So how we're gonna break this video down is we're gonna be talking about the 3 most important things when it comes to weight loss. You'll be surprised as how much weightlifting actually goes into making sure that you have the longevity to really see it through and get to that end point where you can actually lose weight consistently. So the 3 things that I'm gonna be talking in this video is actually gonna blow your mind. These are the 3 key steps into losing weight, not just for one day, but for your whole life. So the top 3 things that have helped me lose weight over these last 6 months have been fasting, diet, and getting to the gym. Now, when I say getting to the gym, that could mean a plethora of things. I'm gonna go exactly into what my workout routine was and just how much I worked out, what was the cardio that I did. So stay tuned to hear everything. I want you guys to know that I'm currently on hour 26 of a 72-hour fast. This is my second 72-hour fast that I'm gonna be doing in June. I already did a 3-day fast last week. I'm doing another 3-day fast this week. So the first topic in helping you lose weight is actually fasting. And for those of you who don't know, my whole page is dedicated to fasting, and I've used fasting as really my foundation to losing weight. So how I did that was consistently do intermittent fasting, and I took it to the next level. So what I mean when I say I take it to the next level, that means I did OMAD. Now you might be asking, what is OMAD? OMAD is very simply put 1 meal a day. Now at the end of the day, calories in, calories out is what matters. However, this is a tool, so you're basically using it as a vehicle to get to your goal. That's how I want you to think about it. There's a lot of other ways that you can lose weight, but this for me is what worked. So what worked for me was 1 meal a day. Dinner practically for me most of the times, and what that meant was I would go to work, no breakfast, work through my lunch, don't have that. I would have a black coffee during the day, make sure I had a lot of water intake, and then when I came home, I would have a big, large meal, which would be my 1 meal a day. Now, I can go deeper into exactly what the foods were in that 1 meal a day. That's going to be in a different video, and I've actually have some shorts up as well too on what those were, but I'll link a video that goes into my actual diet on what that 1 meal a day typically was. Now, it was different each day, but the staples were kind of the same. That actually leads me right into number 2, which is diet. Diet is very, very important when you're only eating 1 meal a day, or just in general when you're fasting, because you have to make those calories count. And what do I mean by that when I say you have to make those calories count? Well, if you have 2,000 calories in one day, having a lot of good food that's going to equal out to 2,000 calories is actually harder than you think. Go check how much an egg has, like in terms of calories. Go check how much a sweet potato has. Go check what a chicken breast has. All good foods typically have lower calorie counts unless you're talking about fats. So fats are a great way to boost those calories up so that you're still giving your body an adequate amount of calories. Everyone's calorie intake should be different depending on what your maintenance levels are and really what you're trying to do. For me, I didn't count calories, and that's the best thing about doing OMAD or fasting in general. You don't have to count calories. You throw that out. And the best thing about throwing that out is mentally it clears you up. There's no more fog, mental clarity. Everything looks so crystal clear. Why? Because you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't eat this much food. It's going to be bad for me. I'm going over my caloric intake. Sit down, pack your plate with the best food that you can think about. I'm talking about sweet potatoes, eggs, chicken, beef, whatever you want, good food, pack it in, eat as much as you want, avocados, eat as much as you want. And when you leave, that's it. You're not going to eat again for another 24 hours. I guarantee you, before you know it, your stomach's going to start shrinking and you're not going to be able to eat as much. And because of that, that's why you don't have to count calories. Your body's going to automatically adjust. I have not counted calories for the last 6 months, and I've lost over 60 pounds. So as you can see, like, I'm definitely leaning up. However, I did actually come in at a higher weight today. I've been struggling since April. At the end of April, I was 193 pounds. I'm over 198 pounds right now. So I've put on about 5 pounds over the last month and a half. I will say this, when I hit that 193, that was after a 5-day fast. So I pretty much had depleted all the water out of my body. Not water, but glycogen. And I was lower on the water intake as well too, because you flush out all that water when you're doing these longer fasts. So you have to keep that water intake up. You have to keep your electrolytes up. And I always take my electrolytes if I'm taking a fast over 3+ days. However, right now I'm doing a 72-hour fast. I'm not going to be taking any calories, but I will be taking pinches of Himalayan pink salt. I also have green tea and black coffee, but 0 calories on my any fast that's under 3 days. If it's over 3 days, that's when I'll start adding a little bit of electrolytes. It's only about 50 calories per serving, and I love that one. There'll be a link in the description if you want to check it out. Anyways, back to what I was saying. You don't have to really worry about calories at all when you're doing one meal a day. So that leads me to the third topic, which is going to the gym, working out, weightlifting, cardio, etc., etc. What should you do and what shouldn't you do? Let's talk about what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't be breaking your back. You shouldn't be super hungry when you leave. You shouldn't be very exhausted when you leave. Right now, what you want to do is lose weight. And how do you lose that weight? Again, calories in versus calories out. Now, one thing I will say, walking has been instrumental in changing my life. I've really been pacing to get over 10,000 steps a day, and since I've gotten over that 10,000 steps a day, the weight has been dropping. At the minimum, I always want to get a 30-minute walk in every single day. If I don't get a 30-minute walk in, I try to make it up the next day by getting an hour walk in. Life happens at the end of the day. If you can push to get an hour walk in every day, great, do that. When it comes to weightlifting, yes, muscle is going to be important because muscle is what's going to help you lose that fat as well too. So I stick to 2 days a week of lifting, and I split it pretty much into upper body and lower body. I typically want a 2 to 3 day rest in between when I'm working out because you're not eating as many calories. You can't really be pushing yourself. And when you do work out, you should be lining it up so that you're having a high protein meal. So what I'll do is I'll typically go to the gym, and then at least if it's 5, 6, 7, 8 hours after the gym, I'll have my one meal a day, and I'll make sure that I have over 150 to 200 grams of protein in that meal. Now you can get it from various sources. I'll leave that to you. If you want more tips on that, I will be giving up another video on really breaking it down what exactly my meal is. However, the main premise and the principle is that you're getting enough protein after those workouts because they will be grueling. Now I will be going into a deeper workout video where I'll go over exactly my shoulder and bicep tricep routine that I have, really my arm routine. If anybody wants to see it, let me know, give a comment in the description, and I'll go into that for you. Anyways, those were really the 3 things that I wanted to talk about. I'm not a scientist. At the end of the day, this could all be bro science. I'm just letting you know what's worked for me so I can give you guys some inspiration, tips, or just really start a conversation at the end of the day. My name's been Fast Track to Fitness. Hit that like and subscribe.